Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 220 of the J Situation Podcast. I'm recording this on July 16th, 2024. Man, how about this weekend, right? Yeah, that was wild. Historic event. Many of you are probably not old enough to recall where you were when an attempted U.S. presidential assassination took place. Pretty wild. Yeah, tell you what, I was actually at home working on this research report for you guys, and a family member came into my office and told me what was going on. We then went full internet detective mode, as it were. Yeah, the rest is history after that. On a somber note, our prayers are with everyone affected by the tragedy, along with the nation at large. I do believe that a significant event. And I don't want it to cloud what I'm about to present to you, because I'm really, really excited about this. It took a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of people were involved, and I couldn't be more pleased with how it all turned out. It's just so great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it in a little bit, because I'm a gun guy and I have to do that. When you were watching TV on Saturday, did you see those QDC silencers on those rifles? I have to ask you. Right? Maybe you did. Maybe some of you didn't. Those are Knight's armament cans. And I don't know if those are the welded ones that, we've already tested the QDC. You saw that on the website a couple years ago, I think. They might be the new PRT, pressure reduction technology cans that are 3D printed in Inconel. Regardless, if you are into those, boy, do I have a treat for you today. And, just so you know, Knight's Armament, they're responsible for a lot of original innovation in the space in general. So for those of you new to the space and new to silencers, you should know Knight's Armament was doing a lot of silencer stuff before most companies could even spell silencer. And I am very pleased and very honored to tell you that today, PEW Science is releasing the first ever fully featured public interactive suppressed system optimization tool. And it is a direct integrated part of the internal research program we conducted on Knight's armament systems with your help. That's right. 16 tests worth of wonderful data and analysis for all of you folks, and you're going to get it all at once. That's right. So I'll give you an intro to this momentous occasion on today's episode. And of course, first, and because it's important to keep the lights on, I will give you a few words about the gracious companies that sponsor this podcast and help make all this research possible. This episode is brought to you by Legion Athletics. That's right. I'm using their pre-workout right now. It's important because nothing you do, exercise, sports, or anything's worth doing without consistency. Legion Athletics can help you with that. They have pre-workout, post-workout, creatine, supplements, vitamins, minerals. They're minerals, Marie. Do they have everything you need? Maybe not, but they have a lot of it. Visit legionathletics.com. There's a link in the show notes. And if you use code word PEWScience to save 20% off your first order, you'll save money up front. And then if you keep using that code every time you order, you'll get double loyalty points. And then you'll net a 10% off everything going forward forever using that code. You'll help the lab, you'll help the podcast, and you'll help yourself. Get strong. It's important. It's important. I promise. This episode is also brought to you by Top Gun Range Houston. Man, Kyle and his crew out there, they survived the hurricane. They finally got power back. If you are in the Houston area and you don't have power, still, first of all, I don't doubt it. Second of all, hang in there. And you know what? If you're getting bored and you want to forget about the looters for a while, head over to Top Gun Range. They got a 15-lane indoor shooting range, the largest firearm rental fleet in the whole state of Texas. You can rent pistols and rifles and shotguns and silencers and machine guns, and you can check out the entire rental inventory on their website at topgunrange.com. That's right. Throw Kyle a message on Instagram at Top Gun Range and tell him what's up. He's a gentleman and a scholar. This episode is also brought to you by High End Armament Technologies out of Oklahoma. Those folks, I tell you what, if you're looking for rare stuff like, some of the Knight's Armament stuff that you can never find, you want something crazy and made by Knights, go check out Robert at High End Arms. They have a Facebook page, which is also High End Arms if you're into Facebook, which I don't recommend. I recommend calling them, going to their website, or just hitting them up on Instagram. I don't really frequent Facebook. I think it's dangerous. This episode is also brought to you by Silencer Shop. That's right, largest distributor of silencers in the world. You can use their kiosk. Did you know that? You can use their do your fingerprints and photos electronically while you're watching Netflix on your couch. And in turn, you cut down on errors. You simplify your silencer purchasing process. You get a money-back guarantee. It's pretty good. No transfer fees. No paperwork errors. Just you and your silencer with no drama. Truly is silencer ownership simplified. And finally, and I read you this every time about the PEW Science Lab, and I tell you what we're doing. Maybe today, in what we're publishing with this episode, folks will really hear that this is genuine. This podcast is brought to you by the PEW Science Laboratory. I'm the technical director of the lab. In the interest of public education, we sponsor this podcast. We make this happen, and we also run a public research effort. And what we are attempting to do every day is push the silencer industry forward, one test at a time. You can keep track of our efforts by visiting pewscience.com. You will see the suppression rating. It is the simplest, most accurate hearing safe rating for your suppressed small arms. It's based on true human inner ear response of the entire gunshot and the entire time regime, from before combustion takes place all the way until all the combustion is gone. This is the home of the silencer sound standard. There are 7 sections. It is the most in-depth and accurate silencer data and analysis on the entire planet. It's all available to the public 24/7 at pewscience.com. And today you're going to see the fruits of your labor. That's right, all those PEW Science supporters, because guess what? You listening, you can support this podcast. You can support the laboratory. You can support the research. You can support PEW Science. You can support all the public testing we do for you by joining with a membership at pewscience.com. That's what we would ask, because it makes things like we are publishing today possible. No one else in the world is doing this. And we can only do it with your help. And you know what? I understand if you don't want to donate, if you want to have a monthly subscription, that's fine, dude. I get it. There's a donate feature if you want to throw us a bone every once in a while. Like maybe instead of getting 2 Big Macs, you get 1 Big Mac and maybe give us $4. That'd be awesome. Also, you don't have to give us any money. I'm serious. You can just spread the word. That's equally important. Please give the podcast a good rating on Spotify or iTunes, or give a like and subscribe on YouTube, or whatever folks do. Listen to it everywhere. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. They all listen to it. I know your kids listen to it. It's awesome. You all tell me about it. We're all learning together. There's only one topic for you today. That topic is Sound Signature Review 6156. It's almost weird calling it a review, because guess what? This is the Knights Armament 556 QDC CRS PRT and the 556 QDC MCQ PRT. This is a system optimization article. Okay, this is the SR15 Carbine MOD 2, SR15 CQB MOD 2, the M4A1R3, the Mark 18, 4 hosts. Okay, 4 hosts, 2 silencers, and we're introducing the PEW Science KAC 556 PRT system optimization tool. Okay, in addition to the first fully featured public interactive suppressed system optimization tool, this publication includes the following data and analysis and content. All this content for your consumption. It includes testing with both silencers, 2 muzzle devices. That's right, 3-prong and MAMS. It's MAMS. Funny. Also, 4 hosts. That's right. Like I said, the SR15, 2 variants. You got the 14.5-inch Carbine Mod 2 and the 11.5-inch CQB Mod 2. Then you got the 14.5-inch Daniel Defense M4A1R3 and the Daniel Defense Mark 18 10.3. That's right. Guess what? What is that? What does 2 times 2 times 4 give you? 16, baby. That's 16 tests total, all at once. So this one took a village. Okay, so thanks for your support. This is the introduction to this PEW Science Laboratory Internal Research Program publication. Okay, just like we do every week of a publication, we will give an introduction and then dive deeper later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off this formal topic at a time of 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Excellent. If you're just tuning in because you just hit that timestamp, you missed my political commentary and dogmatic background. No, just kidding. It's fine. Thank you for tuning in to this. This is a big deal. This took a village, and it's time. It took a while. Excuse me. First of all, and I, excuse me, I purposefully am keeping this in the primary topic because I do want you to listen to this part. I do believe it's important. I want to start this off with acknowledgments. I want to thank the following parties specifically who made all of this work possible. Okay, first and foremost, my wife. Her patience and strength is pretty much integral to the operation of our laboratory, and I am very fortunate to have her, and super blessed, and she is the best. Secondly, I would like to thank all the PEW Science members. If you are a member, currently or in the past or maybe in the future, just know this is the type of thing that is possible with your support. This is what teams can do, guys. Okay? This is what cooperation can do. Okay? I want to make sure you're aware this is possible. With regard to members, I actually want to thank 4 of them specifically. Okay. I'm only going to name one of them for OPSEC reasons, just to not blow up their spot. Okay, so I'll only name a public one. Okay, so they are as follows. The gentleman who loaned us the 11.5-inch SR15 CQB MOD 2 upper assembly. He is a law enforcement officer. We met and had lunch. Great guy. Sir, your upper assembly will be coming back to you finally. I am happy to report that I'm finished with your baby. Secondly, the gentleman who loaned us the MAMS brake. You the man. Your MAMS is sitting on my desk in front of me. Safe and sound, little MAMS. Oh, so cute. Yeah, have no fear, sir. Your MAMS is safe. I heard those are expensive now. Thirdly, the gentleman who loaned us both the 14.5-inch SR15 Carbine MOD 2 upper and the nightstick reaction rod. And why did he loan us that? Well, we had to be able to remove the 3 prongs from both those uppers to swap the muzzle devices for testing and perhaps test some other things too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might have tested some other things, you never know. Sir, you are a gentleman and a scholar. And to be frank, I honestly want to keep this upper because I like it so much. But I guess I'll have to give it back to you. It's fine. Finally, the 4th specific member I would like to thank is the dealer who facilitated brand new Knights Armament 556 QDC CRS and MCQ PRT silencers being sent to us. They facilitated these being sent to us. And that dealer is SK Arms. That's right. They are a new PEW Science corporate member. They have actually been loaning us silencers for testing well before this, including the Surefire Mini 2, the RC3, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, these guys are, man. SK Arms, they're down with the cause. Another word for that, ladies and gentlemen, is based. SK Arms is based. They have locations in Midland and the DFW area. So shout out to Danny at SK Arms. You're the real MVP, man. And by the way, just secondary thing here, part of the delay in this Knights work was sending off the silencers for recall to Knights. And SK Arms helped facilitate that as well. Okay, so big thanks to them. Seriously, I hope someone hears this and go buy something from him, dude. Look what he did. Look what they did for you. It's nuts. Okay, you owe these people. Now, finally, and some people might think this is crazy, but hey, I would like to thank Mr. Reed Knight and Mr. Trey Knight. I met both Reed and Trey earlier this year for the first time. I'd never met them before. It's cool. And for the record, neither one of them know that we did this research program specifically. They know that we were testing Knight silencers, but they don't know. They don't know exactly what we did because it's they don't need to know. This is for you guys, and they'll see it just like everyone else. The reason I would like to thank them is because both of those gentlemen took the time to speak with me about what our laboratory does. With Reed, I had a wonderful technical conversation about silencers and silencer technology and development and testing, and it was incredible. With Trey, I had some big picture discussions about performance characterization as a whole that I was appreciative of. So, Knight family, if you ever listen to this, I don't know if you ever will, but if you ever do, just know I am appreciative of you taking the time to speak with me. And I told you during our conversations that I was very appreciative of your contributions to the small arms state of practice in general. And I do mean that sincerely. And I just want to say big ups. There's not a lot of folks like that around anymore. So I think there's some up and comers, but man, the legacy here, guys, really cool. Just like as a silencer guy in general too, just like really awesome. Okay, so that sappy stuff is out of the way. I had to, I had to say all that. So, but now let's talk about your gifts. Some of you are like kids at Christmas. I know that, and that's awesome. And you know what? Some of you might not care about this, and that both are fine. But I will say, even if you're not into night stuff, I think you should probably pay attention to what's published today. It's never been done before publicly. Okay, so this is the introductory discussion covering the internal research program. We're going to deep dive next week as appropriate. At that time, I'll have you pull up the website with me, and we're going to walk through it all together, because this time, you will be able to play along at home, even more than you typically can. So this time, you'll get to click and sort and view comparisons using the interactive tool that we've created for you. So the tool in the article is web-based. It allows you to use radar charts or spider charts for you old school engineers out there. You can use those charts to visualize the performance of many different systems and variables all at once. That's what they're for. That's what spider charts are for. Optimization. So this research program has 16 tests in it, right? So we needed a way to present the data. Not only to you, okay, yes, you're important, but to ourselves. And I have to say, this publication definitely delivers. You get the typical bar charts. Don't worry, they're still there. You get the typical additions to the PEW Science rankings table, all that stuff. That's right, 16 additions to the rankings table. Yes, you're getting that. Yes. But you also get an interactive tool using spider plots. And I forgot, I again want to thank, personally, Reed Knight. In our talks, he mentioned their internal use of these type of plots, and it was like almost in passing the way we were talking about it in a way. Anyway, I don't have to go into that, but I did tell you guys last episode, I think, that I was going to think on this over the weekend and decide how I was going to present all this information to you. I wanted to do it all at once, and I didn't want you to have to wait. I felt like all of this was a package deal. I really do feel that way. So in my thoughts through it, I was like, doing stuff and thinking. The spider plot discussion with Reed came up in my mind. And as soon as I recalled it, I was like, oh. Frankly, I just went and I searched out an easy to use method to get in the article, and here we are, and now it's there. So, I was going to do it statically, but I figured it'd be way more fun dynamically, right? And what do we always talk about in this podcast? Dynamics, right? Statics are boring. If you're an engineer, you know that. It's only fun when it's moving. So the tool or app in the article is available for anyone. It's in both free and member reviews. So if you're not a member and you use this thing, go hug a member, dude, because they made it happen. It's usable on both mobile and desktop. The tool will adapt to your screen resolution. I do find that when you're using it on desktop, hovering with a mouse over the plots is a bit better than tapping on a screen on a phone, for example. But both situations are usable, particularly just visually. If you are a serious user, desktop viewing might be best for this article. I would advise that. But I know a lot of you live on your phones, and the phone use is definitely doable, especially visually. But if you want to start tapping on it to get more info, then the mouse can help. So, what does the tool allow you to do? It's $1 million question. Well, you get to look at host and muzzle device and silencer, and you see how the variation influences operability. risk, gas momentum, all that stuff, and all at once. That's the beauty of it. It's all at once. It literally lets you examine all the performance metrics for these types of systems you would want to look at, but all on the same scale graphically. I know it sounds crazy, because it is crazy. It's crazy awesome. I'm telling you. And there's more. That's right. Not only do you get a super cool tool, not only that, you get 16 tests of performance data for the KAC 556 PRT silencers, pressure reduction technology. Does it work? How does it compare to the RC3, to the Huxworks stuff, to the CAT stuff? All in the article, baby. That's right. You get comprehensive Mark 18 and M4 comparison to all market products that we have in the standard. And remember, this article has 16 tests in one, and it has 2 new hosts. So half the data is for Knight's Armament SR-15 rifles, and the other half is, you guessed it, directly comparable to existing data in the pedigree. Yes. So in addition to Mark 18 and M4, you get to see what 11.5-inch and 14.5-inch Knight's gun does. That's right. And spoiler alert, the Knight's guns are pretty nice, folks. Those uppers, bro, I really like the 14.5 Carbine Mod 2. Again, I might steal it. I'll pay you, bro. No. Dang, that thing is money. I like that gun. I am actually starting to see why people drink the Knight's Kool-Aid. I know. I'm not mad about it. I get to like what I like. Okay? And it's great because like Knights didn't fund this, so I get to like praise them and not get in trouble. Is that how the internet works now? I read some stuff today. People are dumb. Speaking of Knights, though, let's talk silencer, shall we? PRT. 3D printed Inconel. High flow rate. Ball bearing detent QDC mount. Did you know that stands for quick disconnect? You do now. Boy howdy. It is one of my favorite mount types. I love that mount, dude. I have both of them sitting in front of me. You like hear it. It's like, you hear that? Yeah, that was a little MCQ. Man, little tiny silencer. Does way better than you think it will. Wild. Yeah, how do these things perform? How do the PRT silencers perform? There are positives and negatives, like anything, right? There's compromises. There's a lot of lessons learned here too. I think it builds on the standard pedigree in an excellent fashion as well, which I think is really cool. So I do think you should check out the article. What I did, I put a 9-point high-level summary of all the performance. I put that in right after the tool in the article. So you should be able to get right down to brass tacks and take it all in. If you want to dig deep, you certainly can. It's there, but some people don't. So maybe the tool will help that. Now, as far as the raw data goes, and this was a big decision. As far as the raw data goes, we only published 3 of the 16 tests for brevity, and to also make the major analytical points. Okay, I think you'll find you'll get a great understanding of the silencer performance from the published data that's there, and we will probably include all the raw data in the future, whatever. For now, the tool is there for you to use to parse it all. You can parse it all at your leisure, and I do believe that it's of much more utility to the end user to use the tool anyway for this research program. Okay, I do believe that. But I think the 3 raw data sets that you have today are pretty clutch, and you'll appreciate those. So, you see, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't just talk the talk here, did we? Yeah, we walked the walk. Again, PEW Science has again provided the silencer industry with the first. You got the suppression rating, you got the omega metric, you got the standard as a whole, and now you have tools like this. That's right. PEW Science members coming through again, together, in the clutch. We all got it done together, guys. This was a team effort, and the data utility is so wild. I'm so happy this is done. I really hope Knight's Armament fans around the world enjoy this and get some use out of it. I really do. And you know what? I hope this helps all of you understand the PRT system performance and what these silencers are doing. We have a tremendous opportunity to publish more articles on these systems now that with all this data. particularly member research supplements, guys. We can write some bangers. I mean, think about the data we can examine. It's amazing. We have so much data. And we'll probably be doing that in the future. I mean, I can tell you right now, the calculations involved in this program, we analyzed over 3 million data points. Like, this was nuts. This is a lot of work, and there's so much more to go. I mean, with a 16 test series in R&D like this, I mean, people spend years dissecting things like this, studies like this. Okay, and you're getting a lot of it all at once, which is really crazy. I just for some of you not familiar with this type of work, I'm not even trying to brag or anything. I'm just telling you, like, this is nuts. This is absolutely insane to publish this. Okay, I'm serious. This is crazy. So for now, please check out the article. Use it as ammunition in your internet discussions. That's fine. It's there. The report's solid. It's useful. And I do think the tool will help new silencer users a lot. People new to silencers, they're going to use that tool. They're going to understand that sometimes there are more things than sound. This shows that directly and visually. Why did the people at the Trump rally have the little night silencers on their guns? Do they just love loud things? They really like loud things. Is that what the internet tells you, or did they look at an optimization case that's displayed in that tool? Ah, yes. Speaking of other performance metrics, though, I do talk a little about flash in the article. That's right, I do. These things are not too shabby, actually, in the flash department, but don't think the little MCQ is invincible. I know a lot of people are raving about that thing, and look, it does pretty good, but it's not invincible. Things can happen. That's a little preview for you, okay? It's MAMS. No, I love that meme, but the MAMS can bite you. Be careful. Don't forget that. I'm serious. Read the article. It's awesome. Or just use the tool, and you'll get all the conclusions with your own eyes. Also, I try to make it so that people with color blindness won't have a problem. I did use the hexadecimal color codes out of color palettes that are proven to excel with colorblind individuals. If you do have a problem, there's a feedback button. Okay, thank you. Now, I know this has been short. I have to finish up some website odds and ends for tomorrow. There's a lot to do still. I am going to end the recording here. I can't wait for you to see this. Please stay safe. Okay, please share this report far and wide. Let's see what other cool things we can do for the community as a team. I think this is the tip of the iceberg, really. I mean, we're getting some inertia now. Okay, you folks are the best team ever. I will talk with you folks again soon. Okay, bye.